Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deandra if you're new, and today I'm going to be doing a mini rant on hair typing because I'm just over it. So I know that everybody has probably seen this hair typing chart. It's supposed to show you what your curl pattern is. And I remember when I first went natural, I was like really struggling with this hair chart because I have a lot of different curl patterns in my hair. The curls in the back of my hair are a lot tighter than the curls in the front of my hair. And that's not because of heat damage. That's just literally how my hair grows. And most of us have a lot of different curl patterns in our hair. So trying to just pinpoint it down to one curl pattern is just basically impossible. And I still get questions even today about what's your hair type, what's your curl pattern, and it's just like, it doesn't matter. We just put way too much emphasis on your curl pattern or your hair type, and that's not even the most important thing. The most important thing is to have healthy hair, and you can have healthy hair regardless of what your curl pattern is. As long as you are taking care of your hair and doing what you're supposed to do, you have a nice natural hair care regimen, your hair is going to grow, your hair is going to be healthy. It doesn't matter if you have looser curls or tighter curls, your hair will be healthy if you take care of it. So instead of focusing on your hair type, it's a lot better to focus on how your hair actually behaves, and that is where hair porosity comes into play. So you can either have high porosity hair, normal porosity hair, or low porosity hair. And depending on which of those three, your hair is going to behave completely differently. So I do a lot of polls over on my Instagram just so that I can get ready for these types of videos and kind of get an idea of how my audience actually thinks and feels about whatever topic that I'm going to be talking about. So since this week we're doing hair typing, I asked them 3 different questions. So the first question I asked was, do you know your hair type? And actually 75% of people said yes, they do know their hair type. So next I asked, do you know your hair's porosity? And that number was a little bit lower. It was 63% of people said that they know their hair's porosity. And the last question was, which one do you think is more important, your hair type or your hair's porosity? And 90% of people said that their hair porosity was more important. So even though we know that hair porosity matters a lot more than hair type, we still have such a hard time letting go of this hair typing. And honestly, when the hair typing first began, it wasn't as problematic. So the original point of the hair typing chart was so that you can have representation. So for instance, let's say that you are trying to do a twist out. You might want to look at girls that have similar hair to yours so that you can see what your hair is likely to look like. So you might type in twist out tutorial for 4C hair. And that actually makes a lot of sense. If you look up a twist out tutorial and the girl has a whole different curl pattern than yours, your hair is probably not going to look exactly like that. However, you can still learn a lot from that girl's tutorial even if your curl pattern is different, especially if y'all have the same porosity. But the problem is that we watch these tutorials and we are expecting our hair to look exactly like that YouTuber's or that Instagram person's video. And that's just not realistic. Your hair is going to look like your hair no matter what you follow, no matter what routine you follow. It's going to still look like how your hair looks, regardless of your curl pattern. So the original reason for the hair typing, just so that you can get representation and you can see somebody's hair that actually looks like yours, was not a bad idea. Like, it was actually great. But it's just turned into such a toxic situation. We already have enough division in the Black community, and I feel like hair typing has just added a whole nother layer of competition. We already have weave or wigs versus wearing your real hair. We have relaxed hair versus natural hair. And now, even within the natural hair community, we have type 3 hair versus type 4 hair. Which hair is better? Which hair is worse? Which hair is harder to manage? Which hair is easier to manage? Like, it's just so problematic. And honestly, it goes back to racism, it goes back to colorism, it goes back to texturism. All of these things are all interrelated. And as a Black community, we have this thing where everything is centered around proximity to whiteness. So we feel like, okay, if you have lighter skin and you have a looser curl pattern, then you are superior because those are more white features. But if you have darker skin or tighter curls, then that means that you are inferior because you have more Afrocentric features. And that's just so problematic. We literally tell certain people that they have good hair, and we tell other people that they have bad hair. And like, what does that even mean? Like, there's no such thing as good hair or bad hair, but we perpetuate this anti-Black type of rhetoric. And unfortunately, because we have heard these things so much that it's literally ingrained into us, and we have a hard time letting go of it. And so now you see YouTube videos or TikToks of girls with beautiful 4C hair, and they're saying, oh my God, I hate my 4C hair. This is why I hate my 4C hair. This is why I wish I didn't have 4C hair. My 4C hair is so not manageable. Like, we are perpetuating this idea that having 4C hair is bad. It's something that you shouldn't want. And that is just not the case. Like, 4C hair is gorgeous. I love the way 4C hair looks. But if we continue to have this idea that certain curl patterns are elevated above other curl patterns, we are always going to be in this cycle of competition and feeling bad about ourselves because my curls don't look like her curls, or my hair doesn't do what her hair does. And your hair does what your hair should do. Like, there is nothing wrong with the way that your hair is now. So another thing that I've noticed is that we perpetuate the colorism, texturism argument when we talk about hair growth. So if we see a lighter skinned person with looser curls and they have grown their hair to tailbone length or something, we're quick to be like, okay, but is she mixed with something? Or, okay, but is she biracial? Or she can't be fully Black because Black people's hair does not grow that long. But then when we see a girl with 4C hair, we glorify it if it's super long. But yet if it's short 4C hair, we ignore it. Like, we only care about 4C hair when it's really long. And that is also equally as problematic. Everybody's hair can grow long. Everybody's hair can be down to their butt or longer. Like, it doesn't matter what their curl pattern is. It doesn't matter how kinky or thick their hair is. Like, if you take care of your hair, it will grow. The main problem is that we don't take care of our hair, and then our hair ends up breaking off. And that is why our hair doesn't grow long. But it has nothing to do with your actual ethnicity or your racial makeup. Black people can have long hair. Like, it's a thing. And we don't have to be mixed to have it. So I've also been thinking of ways that we can actually fix this type of rhetoric and this type of division and competition between hair typing. And honestly, I think we should just stop hair typing. I mean, I see a lot more cons to it than pros. I just feel like we have put so much emphasis on 4C hair, or you don't have 4C hair, I have real 4C hair, you don't have real 4C hair, like real 4C hair looks like this. And it's just causing us to argue and fight about stuff that really does not even matter. Like, it doesn't matter. And I feel like if we completely got rid of the hair typing system, a lot of this stuff would eventually go away. If we put more emphasis on porosity, then I think we'll actually start to see progress in how we're able to take care of our hair and how we're able to maintain our hair, because we'll start to search for things like how to take care of high porosity hair, or how to grow low porosity hair instead of how to grow 3B hair or how to grow 4B hair. Like, it's just not really helpful, because even if you have type 4 hair and somebody else has type 3 hair, if y'all's hair is similar in porosity, then you can follow the same tips. Like, it's not like you can't do what somebody else does just because their hair type is different from yours. Like, that idea is just crazy. I'm just gonna say it. It's a crazy idea, and we need to completely get rid of it. So instead of hair typing, I think that we should be embracing all of our curls, even the curls on our own head. Like, we have so many different curls and so many different kinks and coils within one person's head. So just imagine across all Black people how many different curl patterns we actually have, and yet we're trying to put them all in these specific boxes when nobody has 4C hair, nobody has 3A hair. Like, that doesn't actually exist. Every curl is unique from the next curl. So that is what we should be embracing. We should be embracing all types of curls, all types of hair, and just understand that Afro textured hair is gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's perfection. We have so much diversity in the natural hair community, and so it just seems silly to be trying to pinpoint what makes one person's hair different from the next person's hair and why this hair is better than that hair. Like, no. All of them are the same, all of them are perfect, all of them are amazing just the way that they are. And we need to start telling our little girls that. We need to start telling our little girls that their hair is beautiful, their hair is perfect. Like, whenever I see a little Black girl and they have their curls out, I always stop to tell them how pretty their hair is. Because honestly, that type of stuff sticks with you. Like, when you grow up feeling like your hair is beautiful and hearing that your hair is beautiful, it actually does change the way that you feel about your hair and think about your hair. And it makes a huge difference as you're growing older. So we need to stop telling people, oh, you need to comb your little girl's hair, or oh, she needs to do something with her hair. Like, no, she doesn't. The way that her hair is growing out of her scalp is the way that it's supposed to be. That's the way that God wanted her hair to be. We need to leave them alone. Like, their hair is beautiful. And even adults, like when we see other adult women with natural hair, we need to take out the time to tell them, like, girl, your hair is so cute. And I'm like the queen of this. I love giving compliments. I love seeing other women with natural hair out. It's like, I just feel like we have this natural connection. And that's always something that you can talk about, something that you can bond about. And it just makes you feel good. Like, hearing my hair looks beautiful, or girl, I love your hair. Like, that's one of my favorite compliments that I get from people. Just because natural hair is not easy. Like, it doesn't matter what your curl pattern is. Like, natural hair is work. It takes a lot of work to take care of your hair. And so to have somebody else acknowledge that, and to have somebody else acknowledge that they see you and they see how beautiful your hair is, it really does mean a whole lot. So I just think that these are things that we need to keep in mind and just really start to come together as a community and stop trying to separate and divide. Like, we already have enough going on in the world. We don't need to be pitting ourselves against each other as well. So I think that's it for my little rant. Hopefully it wasn't way too long. I don't even know how long I've been talking for, but regardless, those are my feelings, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to join the clique by hitting that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000 subbies, so I hope that you definitely join the family. So thank y'all so much for watching as always, and I will see y'all next Friday in my next video. Bye!